Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is FolkU Developer and this is Living the Creative Act, where we read The Creative Act by Rick Rubin and talk about it. Today the chapter is named Habits. And it's going to be a two-parter because this was a big chapter. Let's hop into it. He writes, "The first thing I would show players at our initial day of training was how to take a little extra time putting on their shoes and socks properly. The most important part of your equipment is your shoes and socks. You play on a hard floor, so you must have shoes that fit right, and you must not permit your socks to have wrinkles around the little toe, where you generally get blisters, or around the heels. I showed my players how I wanted them to do it. Hold up the sock, work it around the little toe area and the heel area so that there are no wrinkles. Smooth it out good. Then hold the sock up while you put the shoe on. And the shoe must be spread apart, not just pulled on top laces. You tighten it up snugly by each eyelet, then you tie it, then you double tie it so it won't come undone, because I don't want shoes coming untied during practice or during the game. I don't want that to happen. That's just a little detail that coaches must take advantage of, because it's the little details that make the big things come about." The sentiments above are John Wooden's, the most successful coach in the history of college basketball. His teams won more consecutive games and championships than any others in history. It must have been frustrating for those elite athletes who wanted to get on the court and show what they could do, to arrive at practice for the first time with this legendary coach, only to hear him say, "Today we will learn to tie our shoes." The point Wooden was making was that creating effective habits down to the smallest detail is what makes a difference between winning and losing games. Each habit might seem small, but added together, they have an exponential effect on performance. Just one habit at the top of any field can be enough to give an edge over the competition. Wooden considered every aspect of the game where an issue might arise, and trained his players for each one, repeatedly, until they became habits. The goal was immaculate performance. Wooden often said that the only person you're ever competing against is yourself. The rest is out of your control. This way of thinking applies to the creative life just as well. For both the artist and the athlete, the details matter, whether the players recognize their importance or not. Good habits create good art. The way we do anything is the way we do everything. Treat each choice you make, each action you take, each word you speak with skillful care. The goal is to live your life in the service of art. Consider establishing a consistent framework around your creative process. It is often the case that the more set in your personal regimen, the more freedom you have within that structure to express yourself. Discipline and freedom seem like opposites. In reality, they are partners. Discipline is not a lack of freedom, it is a harmonious relationship with time. Managing your schedule and daily habits well is a necessary component to free up the practical and creative capacity to make great art. It could even be said that a focused efficiency in life is more important than one in work. Approaching the practical aspects of your day with military precision allows the artistic windows to be opened in childlike freedom. Creativity supporting habits can begin the moment you arise each day. These might include looking at sunlight before screen light, meditating, outdoors if possible, exercising, and showering in cold water before beginning creative time in a suitable space. These habits look different for everyone, and perhaps different for the same artist from day to day. You might sit in the forest, pay attention to your thoughts and make notes, or drive in a car for an hour with no destination in mind, listening to classical music and seeing if any sparks arise. It's helpful to set scheduled office hours or uninterrupted periods of joyful play that allow your imagination to soar. For one person, that window of time might be 3 hours. For another, 30 minutes. Some prefer to work from dusk till dawn, while others create in 20-minute sessions with 5-minute breaks in between. Find the sustainable rituals that best support your work. If you set a routine that is oppressive, you'll likely find excuses not to show up. It's in the interest of your art to create an easily achievable schedule to start with. If you commit to working for half an hour a day, something good can happen that generates momentum. You may then look at the clock and realize you've been working up to 2 hours. The option is always open to extend your creative hours once the habit is formed. Feel free to experiment. The goal is to commit to a structure that can take on a life of its own, instead of creating only when the mood strikes, or to start each day with the question of how and when you're going to work on your art. Put the decision into making the work, not into when to work. The more you reduce your daily life maintenance tasks, the greater the bandwidth available for creative decisions. For example, Albert Einstein wore the same thing daily, a gray suit. Eric Satie had 7 different identical outfits, one for each day of the week. Limit your practical choices to free your creative imagination. And then he goes on for a little bit more, and we'll get to that next week. But for now, there's a lot to talk about here. I guess he's saying that the small things is what add up to big things. That's what he starts out with the John Wooden example with tying the shoes. And I guess he's saying something as simple as setting a schedule might be helpful for making your stuff. And for me, I've set it to be 2 p.m. every Sunday to read about creativity and think about it. And after reading this section, I've seen more places where I can do that because I'm often rushing at the last minute to get some notes together or get the slides together or something. And this section made me think, hey, I could schedule that at a different time during the week. Because right now I do it when I have time, which is definitely difficult. On the other hand, like capturing the scenery, that seems to happen basically for free as I go on a walk and just record what I'm seeing. I haven't had the need to schedule that yet. And that, of course, is dependent on the weather. Different weather gets different photos, and sometimes, like for last week when it was raining all week, I had to show something rainy, and then all the TikToks and stuff look gloomy. The other thing I've noticed that I need to schedule is I've been starting so many different projects, and I've been starting so many different projects, and that becomes, well, then so many of my projects don't get attention. And I know folks are waiting for some of these projects. Folks such as myself are waiting for some of these projects to complete. And so I've written everything down. I've written all my active projects down. And there are a lot of them. And I've also deleted some. I had a project idea to like record the leaves changing, so like record every day and put something together, and kind of in the spirit of creating a habit. But I think that that's not quite gonna work for me. I love how he says, make it easy for yourself, make your first schedule commitment easy, and that would definitely be something that would not be easy for me anyway. Yeah, so I guess the projects I'm committing to include Underway, the Subway app, this stream, and a little bit of live coding around it, as well as the FQ auth platform stuff. I really want that to be done. And I guess those are the big ones that I think you all might be familiar with. Yeah, so he's talking about the socks, the little advantages. Yeah, we kind of talked about, he's like, you can do something until it becomes a habit. Like your brain can teach your body to do something, and then your body does it for free. Like with playing guitar, repeated stuff. Yeah, and I guess the act of like creating something new is something that I'm very curious about, as there's a lot of new things I'm making. And I guess my next step is to look at a calendar and try to carve out some more time during the week. It's tough with a job. It's tough with a job. I really wish I didn't need a job so I could spend more time making stuff. I did think it's funny how he says military precision. I feel like there there's definitely some funny stories about the military not being precise, but those are not for today. So here he's trying to give some examples of things to do. Look at the sun before your phone, meditating, exercising. Yeah, I guess find something that works for you. I'm not sure what's going to work for me here, as far as set times go. It is something I'm nervous about, as my mood does swing throughout the week. And like some days I'll be very on top and have like so much to say, and other days will be kind of, it feels like seasonal, like harvest times and planting times and harvesting times, like and like winter, like nothing's happening times, like throughout a week or throughout a month for me. So I think I'll need to have a schedule that reflects that, but I'm not sure exactly. I guess I could try to notice patterns, because right now it does feel a little random. He gives some more examples. Obviously, I do not drive in my car for an hour with no destination in mind, but I do take long walks doing that. And that's where a lot of these scenery photos come from. And you can see a lot of this reflected from the chapter last week about inspiration, about varying your inputs. He's kind of giving examples of different ways to vary your exposure to things, so you have different kinds of inspiration. I do like how he gives the example of doing just 20-minute sessions. Like anything you can do that's scheduled will mean that you're doing it, will mean that you're making progress. It's in the interest of your art to create an easily achievable schedule to start with. Yeah, I'm not sure what that would be for me because I guess I work and then I take a walk or eat and then I kind of want to relax. And then at some point I see my wife at night and then that feels like the day. It feels like the day is over. So I'm not exactly sure where I can squeeze it in throughout the week. Um, but at least I have Sundays, I know, to move forward a little bit. Half hour a day. Guess I could try to find a half hour sometime after eating, but before seeing my wife. And of course, taking time to experiment. Yeah, I guess he's trying to say like create a habit that lives on its own that happens for free so that I don't have to try to find time to do it because the time will be taken out already. Yeah, so this was some really helpful stuff for me to think about. I think there's definitely some changes I can make that will improve my output, will improve my creativity, and I'm hoping to continue to make them. Let's see, any comments in the chat? Not quite. Oh, I'll give it another minute or two, and then we'll swap back to some live coding. Cool. So this is swapping back to SPX, which is a tool for scripting in Swift. It's supposed to be kind of in the likes of NPX for Node. And version 1.3 I just released earlier this week. And there's a new Swift 5.9 feature that I want to use. I guess basically before there's a few templates that come with the executable, and I was using SPX to generate those templates, and that felt a little too much. So I kind of wanted to rework it without needing to run a script in order to build everything. So what I did was I upped the tool version of 5.9 because it's a Swift 5.9 feature. I created a template support target, which is now going to have a protocol for templates that each template can implement, and then they're going to have their documents, their files in here as resources. These have to be separate because they both have a package.swift. And I guess file names have to be unique inside of a resources. Actually, I wonder if this could be like a compiler plugin. Well, as we continue to play with it, I'm sure we'll figure it out. Let's open up Xcode. I was using Nova for a little bit because sometimes it can be a little bit nicer to just see the files. Xcode is a little confused at the moment. Line 39. Looks like I have like a oh, here we go. This needs to be a comma there. Maybe import foundation. What is it then? It's not bundle.module. It doesn't seem to be here. I thought I used bundle.module before in a Swift package. Let's check the internet. Bundle.module Swift. Yeah, bundle.module. So why is it missing? Bundle has no member module. Why is that? Well, let's search for this error. Oh, I think it's because of the new I think I need to read more about this embed encode thing. I feel like maybe that puts it somewhere differently. This doesn't say exactly where to find it though. That's not it. This is back here. Maybe try Google instead of DuckDuckGo. Okay, but how do I, after I use embedding code, how do I get it? You can use the embed rule to embed the contents of the resource into the executable code. Yes, then how do I get to it? Package resources. Let's try it. Oh, look, they're all here. Then what does this have on it? Not much. So looks like you still want to either have to list out each file or yeah, this isn't iterable. Because I still want to detect the path. Let's see if we can find out more about this thing. Not really. This direction is not working out the way I was hoping to, because even if we do get this working, like we can't iterate through everything that's on it, and it doesn't say the path of where it was. Maybe I could try to bundle it as a compiler plugin. This is such a long time ago. I'm not even sure if plugins were implemented back then. Gradle. Yeah, this is kind of more what I want to do. Okay, let's kind of stash this and like kind of start over. Let's go back to trunk. Templates plugin. Let's call it that, I guess, for the branch name for now. Okay, so it seems first we need a dot plugin in the package. Oh, I'm in the package. Okay. Dot plugin name generate templates capability. So I need some permissions. Okay, let's just copy this in. And then I need an intent. So there's formatting, documentation generation, and a custom. Okay. They're using lowercase kebab case, so I guess I'll do that also. Okay, how should we format this? Yeah, not sure the best way to format all this. because everything has like two things. It gets really, really wonky. Okay, so now if I build, cannot build without a run destination. Let's try it from the command line. Source files should be located under plugins, generate templates. Oh, cool. So far, so good. Plugins, generate templates, which I guess is the name I gave it here. And then, yeah, I guess looks like we can do something like this. Struct at main. Then it inherits from command plugin. And I need to import package plugin also. What are the other options? Ooh, the source code, the documentation is not exactly being helpful. There's there's nothing in documentation. This is kind of here. But this is definitely not here, which is unfortunate. I want to know what the options are. So what's it doing? So it does write to a file in here. And it runs git, gets some output, and then, okay. So we can kind of, it looks like we can kind of do everything we want here. Does it do anything with the arguments? Doesn't look like it. Okay, and then the context, where does it use the context? I don't see it using the context either. Okay. Give me more documentation. Hello. So build succeeded. But I'm not sure this actually ran because we didn't hook it up to anything. Just say, hey, there's this plugin here. I think somewhere we need to use it. Capability build tool. This looks a lot closer to what I'm trying to do. We should do a little commit here if we have a successful build. Build successfully, not sure if it ran. Plugin name. Capability. Oh, it replaces all of this. Okay, but then how do I hook it up to, like, as a dependency of something? Looks like it's kind of like this. Plugins. Let's change the window size a little bit. Plugin. Same package. Yeah, it's right here. Generate templates. Build succeeded. But it doesn't conform to build tool plugin protocol. Well, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? Let's see if we can change that. Cannot return to type command. Create build commands. What is a command to run during build, including executable, command line, environment, initial working directory? All paths should be based on the ones passed to the. I need some documentation. Creates a command to run before the build. Executable should be a tool returned by a plugin context.tool in any paths. Looks up and returns a path of a named command line executable tool. This function throws an error if the tool cannot be found. Cannot convert tool to path. Call can throw. Okay. Kind of want to see it from the command line. I think that'll be a little bit easier to see. Yeah, so I need to make another pre-build command. Executable. Yeah, let's call this the plugin because this is acting as the plugin. This isn't the actual generation. This just seems to be like the bridge between the two things. It looks like we make an executable target to generate the plugins. I mean, to generate the template. Like we need an executable target to do this. Dependencies, none really. Oh, not new file. Just trying this out. I'm not sure if this works or not. Func, static func main. So if we come back to the, what happened to that? Let's reopen Xcode. It gets funky sometimes. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I guess we can call it, put the tool at the end. Call this hello from plugin. Okay, Swift build. Oh, yeah, I need to update the name. Plugin does not have access to a tool named. Well, why not? Oh, do I have to put that at the top? Command B. says build succeeded, but it's being a little, it's also had that little red thing still. Should have only plugin product, should only have plugin targets. Okay, let's try. Maybe it's this. Okay, I guess that fixed that build error, but we can see that we're getting an error here. It doesn't know how to find this. So how do I register? Product target. Dependencies. Oh, it added a dependency on that thing? Man, they're really making this complicated. A pre-built command cannot use executables built from source. I mean, it has to be like in a separate package. I mean, how is this separate from? How is this separate from? Okay, well, let's try it. Looks like it found it though. It's just saying you can't put it here. Let's see if we can do it in the same thing here. Not sure the best name for it, but that's what we're going with for now. So I think so this package has a plugin that's going to be this sub package is I think what I'm thinking they want. So let's try to copy some stuff over. It's maybe that's a better name. The plugins package. No dependencies. And And then targets. It's just this one. And we also need a products, which is, I think, after platforms. Okay, so let's CD into there, make sure that's all set up correctly. What did I call that? I called that SPX plugins package. Not happy with this name still. Oh, this doesn't need to be a dot. Okay. Okay, so that's building, and if we run it, hello from executable target. Okay, so this little tiny thing is here. I think I just want to call this plugins package. Okay, so then back at the top level one, let's see. Okay, so we have to add a dependency on that package. Yeah, so I think we still need the plugins here. It depends on this thing. Let's just see what, let's go up one level. Swift build. Not found. Do we need to wrap it in like a plugin? Oh, clean up the spacing a little bit. So you do have a lot going on here. Okay, so we don't do it that way, I guess. Plugin capability build tool. Oh, okay. So the whole plugin goes in the other target? But that didn't look up a build tool though. This guy looks so bored. Does it just have like, can I just download the source code? So they have the executable target right here. I think that's what I want. I don't really want to expose this. I don't want separate packages if I don't need them. So asset, so here's the plugin. And the executable target's right there. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought I had before. Maybe I had something off. Let's try it again. So we have executable target and plugin right next to each other. And yeah, it's right there. So let's create that again. New folder, generate templates tool. Just define this real quick. Hello. And then we add a dependency on that. Okay, we have that here. Let's remove this. And let's see what we get. Swift build. A pre-build command cannot use executables built from source. Right, that's the error that we got. I guess that kind of makes sense, but like, how am I supposed to do this? What if we just call it just a build tool? Maybe just comment all this out. Build succeeded. Okay, we didn't get any like hello things. So I'm not sure if it worked or not. So what can we do to show that this actually ran if we're not getting stuff from standard output? I just want to like create a file somewhere. But if I'm going to create a file, I want to commit what we have in case I accidentally overwrite something. Build tool seems to compile. And it seems like I don't need this sub package. So let's go ahead and delete that. We have it in Git if we need it. So let's see. I want to write a file to something, right? So what if like the kind of pass in the root, and then we just make a file in the root and see what happens. So we can pass in arguments, right? So let's see. Let's hop back to Xcode. I got so many windows open. I'm sorry. Now I'll just say error for now. And then for now, let's just print something to a file. Let's say hello from build tool. Oh, let's actually make it valid Swift. Well, valid Swift, that will not compile. That write to and we'll make this UTF-8 and we'll throws. Build failed. Cannot be saved in the folder. Oh yeah, because I didn't pass in the path. So context dot package dot directory. Let's try that. So it tried to save it. Tried to save it in its own. What? That's not where I want it to save. What is the package.directory though? Absolute path of the package directory in the local file system. So it's, oh, I think it's actually supposed to be that. And this might fail. Let's see what happens. That's weird. Internal inconsistency error. Let's run it from the command line. That succeeded? Okay, well, let's see what... I don't see the file, though. Looks like it didn't try to write the file anywhere. Yeah, the file doesn't exist. Okay, so something didn't work. Well, I guess we can try to run this executable directly, right? And see if it works or not. I'm expecting this to blow up. Cool, it blew up. So then we can say, did that write anything? It did. It's here. Tukes, hey, how's it going? Tukes says, hello, what makes iOS native dev so special compared to other devs for you? I mean, I guess I just like writing in Swift is the main thing. And it's a bonus that it's native. Do I care more about it being Swift or do I care more about it being native? I think I care more about it being Swift, but it is nice to have both. Okay, so this little thing works, I guess. We don't know what is actually coming through, I guess. Let's see, if I run it without the slash at the end, still does the same thing. Okay, so now if I Swift build, I guess it puts it into derived data. So we're not actually going to see it here. I don't know where to look. Maybe we'll open this in, can we open with, drag it down to Nova? So this doesn't have that file either. So then where is this file going to? Let's try deleting all of it. Swift build. And do we have anything in derived data now? We don't. Okay, so where did that file go? So now if I build, I mean, I guess these are huge or something. Still doesn't exist. So what is this thing even doing then? Does this have a path? Cannot convert value of type string to expected type. Feeling a little lost. Oh, I think I need to say dot first. Yeah, I think that arrow was just not so helpful. So we get the first of these targets, get the path. Oh, yeah, I don't need the other paren. I need the paren here. Is this right now? You get the target. It's a list of targets, so just get the first one, get the directory off of that. Let's try it from the command line. At least that was a more helpful error message. Let's try it again. Cannot convert value of type string to... Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this error, honestly. Still getting that error. I guess when in doubt, extract some variables and see if we get the error sooner. So I think this is a target. Oh, this wants to be a list? Call can throw. There we go. Okay, so what was the failure? don't have permission to save to that folder. Oh, okay. That's exactly what I want to do. I just don't have permission. So let's try to get some permissions. But it's an empty enumeration. Like, you can't even like read the source here. I do find that a little frustrating. Okay, so where do I add capabilities? Maybe down here? Again, this doesn't go to... I wish Swift... Like, this is my complaint about Ruby. This feels like a little magical because we can't actually see the code that's being run. Build tool. It's just not in here at all. Okay, let's put a save point here. I want to try something else to try to get this to work. Let's see. So what did we do here? We would be writing to SPX lib, but don't have permission. And I want to undelete that stuff. Okay, so I think this does want to be a pre-build tool, and we can get it from plugins package. Okay, so that's still loading. That's fine. Cannot build without a run destination. Okay, so Xcode is a little confused. Let's build from the command line. Cool, so it couldn't find it. So let's go ahead and like I just wanna export this. I think. Wait, so if that's an executable, and I do want it to be a pre-build, so that means I guess I want this to be able to see. I mean, I guess I could run this using SH, but I'm trying to learn how to do this with the package plugins. So if we come back to the WWDC video, yeah, they just give it an executable right here. Hmm. Let's see. So I know it's broken right now, but what is the error at the moment? Plugin referenced in product could not be found. And this is the exact same one? Yeah. Target plugin referenced in product. Oh, let's just delete this. I'm not vending anything. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, this is different error. Source files for target generate templates. Okay, yeah, so this is still, this is no more. At least on this attempt. Oh, oops, I deleted something I didn't mean to. Okay, that's an actual correct error. Deleted something I didn't mean to, but it's all good. Just create it again. These are all tiny little things anyway. static func main throws. Just have to do nothing for now, just when I get everything all hooked up. And then we'll check this. Cool, that's looking good. It's a product. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the good vibes. We're trying to learn Swift package plugins today. And we've tried a couple different ways to get this to work. Oh, of course not. Of course we're not winning. We're just trying a few different things. They're not quite working. The most frustrating part is there's not really good documentation. We have this one WWDC video, and it's not very satisfying. And I wish we had an actual code sample to download instead of like just sections in the video. And in addition, Xcode keeps getting confused, so we're kind of in Nova, just kind of a plain text editor for now. Cactus Crete says, Apple didn't have good documentation on something. Don't they have great documentation? For a lot of things they do, when something's new, it tends to be a little lacking. So if we go to our package and we option click on plugin, so we get a little bit of stuff here, but there's no like more documentation. If you command click into it, you get into this file that you would think would be the source. So there's a little bit of notes about it, but there's not really the, it doesn't seem to be the full code. So I guess this is I think it's in Swift 5.6, so at least a year or two out. So it's relatively old and relatively new at the same time. I've been having a hard time Googling for stuff too. Let's see. So where were we? So what I think we need to do is, so we have our plugin defined here, but it looks up something in like a sub package, I think is what we need to do. Not really quite sure, to be honest. Product, generate templates plugin required by package, not found. Oh, right. So this doesn't quite go here. The plugin is here. So this will still fail, but hopefully there'll be a no plugin named generate templates plugin found. Why not? Oh, I removed the wrong thing earlier. Okay, let's get the next error. Product, this thing. So I can't find this thing. So let's see if we can say, let's try to get the autocomplete in Xcode here. And the package is going to be plugins package. Let's see if we get the next error. No such module. Maybe I'll just go, maybe just say the name of it. Product plugins package required by not found. Product. Oh, okay. So this would be the product name, right? In our little sub package. Oh, we have to go, because Xcode only looks at like one thing at a time. It's another reason why I have this Nova open. Yeah, products executable. Wonder if I can make this a library. Anyway, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to... Yeah, that looks lined up. Okay, so we got a nice big juicy error. Let's see. No such module plugins package for import plugins package. Okay, so where am I importing it? Oh, that's true. Okay. Can we import this? Maybe we don't need to import anything. Yeah, same error. Let's try not importing anything. Expected expression in container literal? What do you mean? Expected expression in container literal. Oh, because I didn't comment out enough stuff. Okay, that's my fault. A pre-built command cannot use executables built from source. So it has to be pre-built already, this executable, but then well, actually, let's just try to run it. So I guess we're trying to get it as a tool. We're trying to use Swift to get it. Let's we can try to just run it, perhaps. Swift run. Cactus crates redeemed hydrate. Thank you so much. Hope the horses are doing okay. They're getting chilly, but good. Yeah, it's been getting chilly over here too, a little bit. Let's see, I'm not sure where the package path is going to be, so maybe I should leave it out for now. Yesterday was 39 and cold rain. Right on. Yeah, we had a rainy last night also. But that is a little bit chillier than we've got going. Cannot convert value of type to type path. Hey, it's doing something. This is a new error. Okay, so that's what it tried to do. Is not accessible or writable. Cactus is feeling the oldie timey tunes today. Yeah, a little Etta James. I guess I saw a TikTok about her song last night, and it kind of got me into the mood to hear more. I guess she wrote this song, I'd Rather Go Blind, in what year is this? Probably like 1968 or something. 67. And then I guess some guy named Chris Staples or something, he took some lyrics from another song and the tune from this song, and that song got really famous. So it's just kind of cool to hear the and she's not credited either. Yeah, so when someone doesn't get credit, I I kind of get into it. There's just so much feeling in this song. Smooth vibes, right on. Let's see, I'm going to save this line here. And I make sure this is not what's running. Cactus Crit says, so this is a tool you're making. Yeah. I use it for deploying. I use it for like scripting in Swift since I like Swift so much. How do I get there from here? SPX. And you can install it using Homebrew, which is fun. Yeah, that guy, Chris Stapleton. Yeah, apparently he credits the people he got the lyrics from, but not Etta James, who wrote the tune. I don't know much about him or the song, but yeah. And Beyonce also sang a cover of the Etta James original song. Yeah, for sure. Again, I haven't looked up if she's actually credited or not. That's just what the TikToker said. But the song, her version is so nice. So yeah, just listening to, I made a playlist with all of her songs that were on iTunes. I guess I can go ahead and share it. Error. Invalid manifest compiled. Operation not permitted. What operation? Running Swift? front end version 5, some SDK and linker stuff. Failed pre-build command, absolute path. Working directory is nil. Oh, I think I need a working directory. Let's try to edit this in Xcode again. So can I add a working directory? Maybe at the end? Does not seem like it, huh? If I command click into this, executable, arguments, environment. Executable to be invoked should be a tool looked up using tool named, which may reference either a tool provided by a binary target or build from source. The one thing that I find interesting about the Tennessee Whiskey song is that it's at least the first two lines are like the second most popular things in the category. Like I feel like Kentucky whiskey, aka bourbon, is the more popular American whiskey, and grape wine is the more popular category of fruit wines, not blueberry wine. Uh, Not sure if that means anything. Just noticing. Everything means something. Oh, maybe I do want to run a build command, even if not consciously by the creator. Yeah, I think that's why people don't explain their art. Like I want to say everything that I put into it, but also people see other things that they'll think is wrong or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, just being inspired is what's most important. Maybe. I don't know, but I'm also super interested in like artists' processes, like because I want to do it too. But yeah, heavy on the not consciously by the creator. At least by means of like implicit bias. Okay, so let's try this direction again, I guess, since this one's not working so well. I think I want a pre-build command though. It's just there. It says that we can build from source, but I keep getting an error saying that we can't. You, you want to be a country music star? I don't know that much about country music. Guess it is about time to switch it up. I guess start with the essentials. So I feel like I need to put another checkpoint in. Trying the pre-build tool again. Okay, so let's undo this. So let's add the executable again. No dependencies for now. And I think we do it this way. Oh, I didn't update the plugin. So this should be yeah, all this. And we're not getting these prints anyway. Oh, hey, it built. Okay, so so what's next? So assuming that it ran, so did this file get generated? As far as we know, it didn't, right? Yeah, that file doesn't exist. So what did it do? Oh, here we're getting a build failure. We didn't get that on the command line. Index out of range. Okay. Okay. We're getting an expected error. Fantastic. Yeah, we need to pass in a path. Let's go ahead and do that. So this is going to be context dot the path of a writable directory into which the plugin or the build commands constructs can write anything at once. Package dot targets target named so let's save this to a local variable. Dot first. Dot directory. Dot string. Okay, so that should pass in the path to this target so we can write stuff. And I think we can also have to say some output dir, output, where was it? Let's command click into it. Output files right at the end. Oh, I guess it's here. Output files, there we go. So it's going to be cannot convert string to expected, aka path. Then I think we need to wrap this all in a path. Okay, so let's try it out. Build failed. What is the failure? You don't have permissions to save file to folder. So how can I get permission to do that? Capability build tool. Different types of capability that a plugin can provide. In this version of SPM, only build tool and command plugins are supported. I guess it was one of these. Okay, but like how do I get access to write files? I feel like it's like so close, but maybe not. Because we're not getting an error or anything here. When I build an Xcode, I do get a failure. You don't have permission to save the file. Deny file write. Oh, does it need to be the derived directory? The derived, I mean, it clearly didn't work on on the command line either. Is there a way to like just run the plugin? Invoke a command plugin or perform other actions on command plugin. Let's see what's in there. A verb of the command plugin to invoke. List. So maybe this needs to be a command plugin and not a build tool. I guess I'm kind of confused what a build tool is supposed to do then if it can't write files and you can't like tell it. Can I build tool has no associated value. Okay. So I can write to temp. I can not write to where I actually want to write. And I can write to some derived data path. And I'm not sure how to get more permissions. There's got to be some more documentation somewhere. Oh, a new documentation I didn't see before. My plugin package. Plugin. Okay, that's one way to do it. So we'll call the plugin. I feel like I have so many windows open. How can I make this less confusing? Maybe if all the windows are like the same size so they cover each other. Build tool plugins are invoked before a package is built in order to construct command invocations as part of the build. There are two kinds of commands that a build tool can return. Pre-built commands are run before the build starts and can generate an arbitrary number of output files with names that can't be predicted. Build commands are incorporated into the build system's dependency graph and will run at the appropriate time during the build based on the existence and timestamps of their predefined inputs and outputs. Source translation tools that generate one output file for each input file or other cases where the plugins can control the names of the outputs without having to first run the tool. Pre-built commands should only be used when the names are not known. Declaring a build tool plugin in the package manifest. Okay, this is way more helpful than that video already. I'm going to take a quick break though. I'll be right back. Hello, hello, welcome back. Yeah, so we're still trying to figure out how to do these build tool plugins. Declaring a build tool plugin. Capability build tool, so it declares it as a build tool plugin. Also determines the entry point the plugin is expected to implement. Each dependency can either be an executable target or a binary target in the same package, or an executable product in another package. The plugin depends on the hypothetical sum tool product. Plugin working directory. A build tool can also return pre-build commands, which can run before the build starts. In the case of pre-build commands, any dependencies must be binary targets, since these commands run before the build starts. Command plugins are invoked at will by the user. They're unrelated to the build graph and often perform their work by invoking the command line as subprocesses. Oh, so one's a command to like do something, I guess. Interesting. Okay, I think what I want is a build tool because we're generating Swift files. The current version of SPM supports generated Swift source files and resources as outputs, but does not yet support non-Swift source files. Any generated resources are processed as if they've been declared in the manifest with the process rule. The intent is to eventually support any file type that could be included as a source file in the target to let the plugin provide greater control. Okay, so with this new knowledge, what are we going to tweak? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Is there an example of it being in the same? But I'm getting an error that I can't write to this path though. So what do I what do I do about that? Arguments, output files directory. And where's output dir? Generated files. Okay, let's try that. Oh, this is pre-build. Output path, context, plugin working directory. Is this a string? There we go. Actually, don't need that. Oh, don't need that either. Nice. Nice. I tried to compile this. We got the error that I was looking for. Okay. 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 I feel like we figured something out. Now, how do we take what we learned and... Well, I guess let's start by making it actually compile. So does this have access to it? Or what was the name of the... Yeah, TTT. Can that be used in other code? Cannot find in scope. Okay, so then... All right, it wouldn't be in here because it's the lib that used the plugin. I don't know. So if we just like stick it here at the top, it succeeds. Okay. Okay, so that's I think that'll do it. Now we just need to do what we were doing and it should work. So if I Swift run, multiple available, Swift run SPX. Okay. Okay, we got it. Amazing. Okay, so let's commit this. Compiling. Yeah, so even though it's a build command, it can still output files that are then compiled. I thought we needed a pre-build command for that, and we don't. So that's fantastic. Build command in plugin writes a file with a variable that our regular code can use. Yeah, I guess we should publish this branch. Okay, so what we're trying to do is build this stuff. Let's see, so how do we want to do this? This is just a plugin, so we can clean this out. I guess it's going to be like the input files is going to be everything inside of templates. And how do they do that in the example? Target.sourcefiles.filter. Everything named dat. Target.source module. Okay, so we are allowed to kind of inspect the context, it seems. So let's say context.package. Is there a way to get like a subdirectory here? Appending some path. Templates. I kind of want to, so this is hopefully the templates directory. Is there a way to get everybody who lives inside of here? Can we say file manager? What is it? Enumerate? Okay, I don't want to enumerate. I want a actually, can I map with this? Oh, I can. Oh, okay, never mind. This should be fine. No, let me check. There should be another one. Contents of directory. That's what I was thinking of. Shallow search. Perfect. Contents at path. Template stir.string. And I know I can't see this. Can I put a breakpoint in here? No. Oh, okay. Wait, contents is a data? Wait, contents of directory. Oh, I did contents at path. Okay, contents of directory at path. And this wants to throw. Cannot convert. Okay, so I guess these have to be paths. So let's map, make them a path. Build succeeded. So the output files are going to be, I can show you, it's going to be this templates.swift. And it's going to be a file for each one of these things. This is going to be the directory name, hopefully. Template name. So I guess we'll just call it template name.swift or template name template. And this has to be a path. Build succeeded, it says. Okay. So I think I want to, do I want to delete these? Yeah, I want to delete these. And I want to copy in the stuff I have here. I guess I could just move these over. So this is going to need to, yeah, so you don't need to reset the directory. Yeah, this has its own idea of a template scaffold file. So we do need a output path though. Is this on repeat or something? Let's get another playlist going. So it'd be the name with template at the end .swift. So you just need to get the output dir going. And I guess we can have the output dir be the, I wonder if we can use argument parser here. Oh, I'm editing the wrong one. Oh, crap. Okay. These go in here. Replace. Delete this so I don't confuse myself again. Delete this because this is also ready to be deleted. And I think I'm not calling reset anymore. Educatified says, "Hey, what's up? Working on my tool to run scripts and using it as an opportunity to learn about Swift package plugins, which are new as of Swift 5.6. So a few versions ago, I haven't really learned them yet. So taking the opportunity." And then for this thing, we can depend on, yeah, these lines just get so long. I kind of feel like we're forced into this kind of formatting pattern. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Swift build. That's true. We don't want to include that anymore. No such module system package. I think it's just called system, maybe. Maybe it's parsable, not parseable. Cool. Okay. Output there to write to. I guess we don't need to pass it around if we're just going to have it as kind of a semi-global. Not sure it matters too much. I do like having functions have their inputs declared. Tomato, tomato here. Okay, Swift build. Oh, this has to be a var. Output there cannot be used on type. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, this was written as a just like a regular main, but now we have a now it's a parsable command, so this is not static anymore. Okay, let's try that. And same thing here. This doesn't want to be static anymore. Let's see, are there any others? Nope. Okay. Error while trying to handle message from plugin invalid absolute path. Oh, I guess we also need like an input directory, perhaps. Input dir to read templates from. Which means we need to update the call site. Cannot find templates in scope. Uh, hmm. I think that's for one. But we should have written the templates enum either way. Right to path output there templates.swift. Yeah, that should be it. Well, we got really far today, but I'm not sure if we're going to finish this before it's time to go. Thank you all for sticking around. I'll be back next Sunday at 2 p.m. for the next chapter, and I will see you then.